So in my attempt to watch all of the Oscar Best Picture nominations of the year from this past year for the upcoming Oscars in March of 2026, I watched Train Dreams today, and holy shit, it definitely is a slow ass burn. Probably the most slow burn of slow burns that I've seen in a long time. Yeah. But that's not to say that it wasn't good and very emotional. It really resonated with me. I almost cried a couple different times, if I'm being completely honest. It is definitely like a tragic, depressing story. Beautifully shot. The cinematography, the landscapes, the lighting is all magnificent. Joel, is it Edgerton or Egerton? Or no, it's either Edgerton or Edgerton. I'm not sure which. I think it's Edgerton, but I'm not positive. Correct me in the comments. Well, that might be hard to do phonetically, but great. He did a great job. And man, the filmmakers did a great job of making him look older in the later scenes in the movie. I don't know how they did it, if it was practical, if it was CGI, AI, de-aging. I'm sure if it was AI, we'd be hearing about that shit. You know, you can't really get away with that these days without people pointing it out and raising a fuss about it. But yeah, it's basically just the story of a guy's life. You know, he meets a lady. You know, they have a kid. They're living, this is also in like the early 1900s, late 1800s. Yeah, their little daughter, I think she's probably around like 2 when some stuff happens that I won't spoil. Maybe I said too much already, but I will go no further with that. Man, just if you guys watching this have ever, and I'm sure most of you have, man, when you start losing people in your life, whether that's through natural causes, death, or just through, you know, losing touch, you know, it can all be tragic and something that it's hard to deal with. And even though not many of us have experienced the kind of tragedy that takes place in this movie per se, I think it's still very relatable to all of us. Will I ever watch this movie again, though? Probably not. Because it is just a slow burn from beginning to end. It is a very poetic, beautiful film that has a lot to say about a lot of different things. Grief, loss, witnessing something that, or being a part of something that maybe you wish you weren't, or you wish you had done things differently in certain situations, that sort of thing. But it's a tough watch, not only because of the slow burn, but emotionally as well. And for that reason, again, not to like say this as a negative, but you know, it's not a film that I could see myself re-watching personally. Yeah. Now, does it deserve to be nominated for Oscar Best Picture? Sure. I'm glad it's up there. And, you know, now I can check one off my list as well, you know. Not to say that that's the only reason I watched it, but that is my goal this year before March, as I mentioned, before the Oscars, is to watch the Oscar Best Picture nominated films so that I'll have a full grasp of everything that's going on for the most part throughout the ceremonies. At least with the big titles, I'm sure there's still going to be some award winners that, maybe I haven't seen those movies yet, or, what have you, but yeah, this was definitely worth a watch, for sure. But it's definitely not for everybody. You definitely kind of got to be in the right mood for it. It's definitely, as the kids these days say, it's definitely a vibe. But yeah, let me know if you guys have seen it and what you think about Train Dreams down in the comments below. And thank you for watching.